everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is the second video in my Valentine's Day series. If you didn't watch the previous one, I'll link it up in the corner and you can go and watch it. Speaking of my previous video, remember how I said I liked using Valentine's Day as a theme because
I just have to put a heart somewhere in my design and it's immediately true to the theme.
Yeah, okay, that got me thinking that maybe I wasn't being challenged enough by this whole Valentine's Day theme. In case you didn't know, which I mentioned in my last video, every single video that I'm releasing leading up to Valentine's Day itself will be Valentine's Day themed. Basically, this will be a mini-series revolving around Valentine's Day. Coming back to what I said about the Valentine's Day being a theme,
I just have to put a heart somewhere in my design and it's immediately true to the theme.
well, after reflecting on what I said, that made me feel kind of guilty. Okay, guilty isn't quite the right word here. I would say dissatisfied. Yeah, that's a fancier word with double the number of syllables. I felt dissatisfied. I wasn't 100% content with my attitude towards this Valentine's Day themed venture. So in order to challenge, not punish, that sounds masochistic and frankly undesirable. I decided to challenge myself to create a Valentine's Day theme design for my Redbubble shop that, number 1, did not use heart symbols in the design, number 2, did not use pink and red, number 3, did not use the word love. After setting out the rules for my own challenge, the brainstorming process for the design took an undue amount of time. Why do I do this to myself? Oh yes, it's because suffering builds character. Basically, if I suffer with intention, my brain will rationalize this pointless exercise to be worth something. I digress. Here you can see that this self-imposed challenge resulted in the design that you see in this Speedpaint. The inspiration for the design came from the popular phrase, I love you to the moon and back. There are similar phrases being, I love you to the stars and back, and also, I love you all the way to Saturn and back. It is unclear why Saturn is a thing. Why is it a thing? Who decided this? If you know, tell me. By the way, fun fact, if you tell someone you love them to the moon and back, that means you will only love them for the next 40 years. Because the moon is about 238,855 miles away, and assuming that a car drives about 12,000 miles a year, it takes less than 20 years to drive to the moon. So a round trip by car to the moon and back, it's about under 40 years. So if you tell someone, I love you to the moon and back, that means I'm only gonna love you for the next 40 years. Anyways, I am not doing the math on Saturn. Moving on, although the design was inspired by that phrase, I didn't want to use it since I don't like the idea of love with a built-in time limit. 40 years? No. So I decided to take a different direction by depicting the moon as the lover. Thus, the moon is no longer used as part of some embellished declaration of love. It is actually the lover. Yes, things took a turn for the surreal, but I like the concept enough to create a starry lady as the moon's counterpart. Come to think of it, a lady of starlight is a very similar concept to the design I painted in my denim jacket video. I'll link in the corner above. By the way, I know that a crescent moon doesn't actually have a void which you can see the starlight through it. I know that's not how moons work. However, considering that I'm already drawing a moon with a face, I really don't think that realism is a concern anymore. At this point in the Speedpaint, you can see that I've added a lot of detailed designs to the moon and stars. I took inspiration for these designs from woodcut prints because I wanted to give this an old world charm, like an illustration from a medieval book. Of course, what I'm doing here is just a pale imitation, but I'm still very pleased with how it turned out. Here you can see I'm adding designs to the starry lover's hair. Oh, I should explain what I did. I actually added a layer of white. That's why just now you could see that there was this translucent white layer over everything. That's because my layers were a real mess and I had to work on the hair design elements separately. So I actually added a layer for sketching and a layer for the final inking and a separate layer for the yellow color. I wanted her to have some design elements that match the designs on the moon and give the visual impact of a couple. Oh, here you can see that I actually enlarged those design elements because I felt that they didn't quite pop enough. Alright, the design is pretty much finished. I love how it turned out and I hope you enjoyed watching this Speedpaint. The design is uploaded and available on my Redbubble shop, Studio Shirling. Link is in the description box below. You can see how well it turned out on the products here. Thanks so much for watching everyone, and please subscribe to stay tuned for more Valentine's Day related content. Have a great week ahead. See you next time. Bye!